This is the Swarm and Shoot football show with me, Manny Matsakis, the head football coach at Defiance College. We feature Defiance College football and everything that influences our program. This show is brought to you by our friends at Big B Coffee right across campus on North Clinton Street. I'm actually having a cup right now, so everybody check it out on YouTube, and you can see the video of the cup and how delicious this beverage is. Get the finest coffee beverages, even tea, in Defiance, as well as great pastries, breakfast sandwiches to start your day off, and you can even get a pick-me-up like a lot of our coaching staff does in the afternoon. I'd also like to bring on board the maker of this fine apparel right here, and not just Nike, but we're talking about BSN Sports, all right? I'd like to bring on board our latest sponsor, BSN Sports, and Rob Held and his sales team are the professionals you need to get in touch with for all your sporting goods and apparel needs in Ohio. Not only do they work with high school and college sports teams, they also deliver outstanding apparel to businesses so they can brand themselves in a first-class manner. This is episode number 49 of the Swarm and Shoot football show. Today I've got our associate head coach and Superbacks coach, Ernest Wilson. How's it going, Coach?
Going great. How are you doing?
Good. We are obviously not in a podcasting studio because we're still working on social distancing at this point, but wanted to take a look at our Superback position. You know, we've talked about these guys before and actually, you know, the position in and of itself, but wanted to see what you thought from last season and the guys that are returning right now. What do you feel about the group, and you can single out any other individuals at this point?
I'm real excited about this group. Everybody's coming back from last year, or say our top four backs, you know, with Jalen Wilkins and Devin and you know, was it Bedford and, you know, Justin Cabarello. So I'm excited about having them here. I think they're working extremely hard. They're running. They're doing everything academically. They're becoming better, and I'm really looking forward to having them. And I think they can do some things this year.
Yeah, you know, you look at it. We've got an interesting combination of size and speed. You know, across the board, just some guys that had made some plays. I know Devin Hewitt was a guy that started out the season and actually was injured for a couple games. You know, has his knee injured, and then has fought back through. And I see him online, at least training. I see his workouts, you know,
yes.
So it looks like he's back in New Jersey working hard at it. No, you're right. And then Brandon Beckford's another one who did a heck of a job coming along for us throughout the season. Jalen Wilkins, as you brought him up, has some potential. What do you think of him right now?
I think he's going to be dangerous. I think as he learned, he already has a little football. He has football sense about him. But the thing is, you know, he just has to understand who he is as a running back. And I think all of them. I think they can outrun opponents, and that's what I'm excited about. I think that they got, you know, I said football IQ, and they understand the game a lot better. And hopefully, we came out this spring understanding the game at the X's and O's, at least on the board, better. And I think they're going to be up to the challenge. So I think Jalen's going to be special. He just got to play football and don't worry about the other things.
Exactly. And, you know, they all have their role, and you got a guy like Justin Caballero, you know, coming back. What do you think?
Justin's dangerous. And I think that he, too, you know, I think if these guys just understand that line of scrimmage, and they also, and we worked on blocking schemes this last semester, but if he understands his blocking schemes and understand how to get 4 or 5 yards, use their speed, I think they have better speed than what they understand. Like I said, Justin can tote it and get 5-6 yards to carry.
Now, what do you think right now? What are you expecting from this group? Because it's tough right now. You just, I know you talk to them on a regular basis and everything, but what are you hearing from them as far as the way they're training, and what are they working on at this point in the year?
Well, I expect big things, like I said already. I think the main thing that they got to understand, they're all trying to figure out where they fit right now. And I said, just just come play. And then you figure out where you fit or how things will become, what will come of everything. But I'm expecting big things from them, like I said, and the way they've been training, what they've been doing, I think they expect big things of themselves, not only as individuals, but I think they expect big things of themselves as a group.
Yeah, I can see him definitely help leading the team. There's some guys in there that have some leadership qualities for sure. Now, when we had a really good so far, a really good recruiting class in our Superback position right now, and what do you think overall? Obviously, we know out there we can't talk about anybody specifically by name, but as we analyze these guys right now this week on Twitter and Instagram, some of these guys are highlights. The guys that have deposited already are being shown literally as this episode is being listened to right now. So as a group, what do you think of these newcomers coming in? Because they're all, the one thing about that position is you can play when you're young, and it's one of those deals. Having you played it, you understand that a young guy can come in and and compete immediately at that position.
Well, I'm excited about it. I think I counted that we have about 10 deposits at Superback. Out of those 10 deposits, 6 of them are over 200 pounds. Okay. So I think that's exciting. We had guys from Florida, South Carolina, Ohio. I'm trying to look at Ohio, Georgia. So we got them from all over the country. We got to, they say the Southeast play the best part of football. I don't know about that, but I've got to tease. But, we got them from the Southeast, and we got them from our home state of Ohio. So I think it's going to be a really good group of guys. We might have to put more backs out on the field, maybe put them at wide receiver. Not just kidding. But it's going to be they're explosive. They're an explosive group, a strong group. There's one kid out of Florida that I watched that I haven't seen. He runs just like John Reagan's, knocking everybody down as he goes. Not one person takes it down.
So now the fans, they're all going to be out there looking to see who this back is, which is great. Go ahead and check all these guys out. That's what social media is great about. Obviously, we know we can only post the guys that have deposited and so forth. And leaving this group, the one thing about them is I like their size. I like their speed. It's interesting in the kicking game. I think that they'll be able to, I think the whole group can really compete and help us out in special teams. Don't you think so?
I especially think so. Actually, I was looking at, Alabama play with LSU for a national championship. And they were talking about some of their backs. Some of them were backup backs, and one of them, I think, returned the ball for a touchdown. And I could see these same backs from watching their highlights doing the same thing, or blocking up front, or working on blocking punts, et cetera, et cetera. So I hope to be able to make every back a part of special teams.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. And we know special teams is the winning edge. And if these guys can get in there and compete there, a lot of times I've seen that's where you find guys. I got a quick story for you. When I was at Kansas State, we were playing Oklahoma State, and they had this great back named Thurman Thomas. Remember, pretty good back, right?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, so we're sitting there, and then they had this other kid backing him up that was he just returned kickoffs and punts, and we punted to him. He brought back 2 punts for touchdowns and one kickoff for a touchdown against us at home, and that guy's name was Barry Sanders.
Oh, not a bad guy.
And he was the backup. So that gives you an idea back in those days. So that's why I always look at guys and see how they contribute in the kicking game and, what they can bring to the table for us, because that is a vital position, the Superback position. And you're excited about them. I'm excited about them. And with the way Coach Shank will get that O-line going, and we may get some pretty good runs this fall.
Oh, yeah. They just got my main thing is, even though we had a young offensive line last year, if you really watch that tape, guys got to run through that hole, not looking around. They just got to go.
Yeah.
And I think with that, Defiance College will be special offense. And that's what I'm looking for this coming up this fall in camp. For those guys that run through the hole and run farther instead of running shorter.
That's right. I love it. Well, good. Well, I want to thank everybody for listening in and watching this podcast on YouTube. And we'll be back at you here next week with a look at another position group, which will be the defensive backs with Coach Johnson. Thank you for joining us on this latest episode of the Swarm and Shoot Football Show. If you're listening to this podcast, make sure to subscribe in iTunes, give us a rating, comment on the show. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the bell in the top corner there so you can get notifications when we release the next show. Feel free to comment below on a specific show and we'll answer those questions as we need to. If you'd like to step up to the next level and get all kinds of updates, go to our website, swarmandshoot.com, where you'll get up-to-date alerts on all of our podcasts. You'll have the audio on there. There's actually a video player where you can scroll through each and every episode that we have of the podcast from the YouTube version. So you never really have to leave the site. You'll also see some features on various players, our coaching staff bios, all types of things going on in our program, when our golf scramble is, different fundraisers we do, just insights for you that take you to that next level, which is what swarmandshoot.com will do for you. Take a minute and subscribe with your email. When you log on, there'll actually probably be a pop-up about 6 seconds into it, and it gives you a chance to go in, and that will put you into our email database. So every time we update, you get an email knowing that we're basically set to go on the next episode of the podcast or any news that's coming out. Appreciate you supporting the program, and look forward to a wonderful season.